episode 38, isn't it?
Of
Of Hair Dream Believer. Woo!
Oh my God.
I'm really excited. I've got a microline the same colour as my hair. Every single time we look at one of these, I'm throwing one on my head with like brown hair. So I feel just to start it off, I need to do one nearly the same colour as my hair.
Love it. So
Speaking of hair,
so Jemma O and Claire Simmo are here today to talk all things about hair loss and what that entails, and we've got a special guest today.
we've got a very special guest with
Very special
Very
guest.
brave guest, fella in a room with us too.
It's a bit scary, that, isn't
If
it?
for him, not us.
And we just want a big announcement for the wonderful Craig.
So come and join us.
Come on,
Hey, are you
mister.
good? Get the microphone. Get the microphone on. Yeah. So obviously you work here at Indie Man Radio, don't you? Which is fab. But you've had a bit of a journey with Jemma, haven't you? Do you want to tell us a little bit about it, Jem?
So basically we've been on a journey of with Glower, the supplement company, and they're not just supplements for your hair or nails or skin. They are also for internal benefits as well, as like anxiety. They have food and they have Meno. What's the difference between, it says the proof in the pudding on the box. Meno is for women who are going through menopause, also men too. And food is for everybody else, and it has lots of functions.
I can't even
say that word now.
Conquering. Is that what you want to say?
Cognitive function.
Cognitive.
Aches and pains, stomach dietaries, like skin, if you've got acne or any like psoriasis, all those benefits. But the main one is hair growth, and all my microline clients are on this. And obviously our microlines is our hair topper integration system, which we'll talk about that in a second. But we just want to talk about, it's not just for women, it's for men, and that's why you're here today, isn't it?
Absolutely, yeah.
So tell us your journey.
The proof is in the pudding as well, by the way, because I got in touch with Jemma. I've been a big fan, by the way, of Hair Dream Believer. And I just said that I love the intro.
Hair Dream Believer, yeah.
I love that. And I obviously follow the podcast on my YouTube and stuff, and I've always like been cautious of my hair. It was worse I noticed it about 10 years ago when someone said that it was like
and how old are you now, if you don't mind me asking?
30.
You've got 3 in the number, you're just a baby.
But say if you are in your 30s. So this was in your mid-20s?
Yes, absolutely.
But just really young, isn't it?
It was one of the. I was sitting there in my old job, and this fella it looks like you've got a monkey's arse on your can you swear on the way?
Yeah.
You're right. God, I've said a lot worse than that.
And in the land studio while being live, we're not live recording. I feel liberated.
I know, imagine
So he said something, and I went, so then I get my phone out, I'm in the mirror, and I see and I went, oh no, and then I was like,
but how did that make
you
it
was
feel?
horrible. It was like, because I've always I'm kind of like a very insecure person, like, and probably not as much as I've got older, but back then in my 20s I was really insecure.
Yeah.
And
that's a lot, isn't it?
It proper ruined me. So I was going online, I was like, and then caffeine shampoos, I was using your branded ones.
Anything that you thought that could help.
Yeah. So I was using them, and then that was giving me a little bit of clarity. Even though they weren't working, but it was just knowing that I'm doing something about it.
It made you feel better about it, yeah.
So it was like, I was just like, right, I've got something in place, maybe it'll grow back, and then I was checking it every day, and then it was just no progression.
And do you know that's like it as well? You know, like if you're trying to lose weight, you're on the scales every day, and it makes you disheartened. Yeah. So you start then turning on yourself, don't you?
That's it. And it was very stressful. It was like, and it was sleepless nights, to be honest. It was like, oh no, I'm going to lose my hair. I don't want to get to like me, me mid-30s and I've got nothing. And like I always thought, if I was going to lose my hair, I would rather lose it at the front than at the back.
Yeah.
And I thought, oh, is it just going to go at the back? And then people are going, oh, just shave it off, go gracefully.
And that's another thing, isn't it? That's hard when people say to men, oh, just shave it off. Oh, you're an egg in the net, and
embrace it. You know, it's you wouldn't. It's bad enough when you say it to a, exactly, and it's like I think people just think it's okay to say that to a fellow, even thinking like Phoenix Nights was like bald about. It was like a joke, wasn't it? But when
Yeah.
you think of it, why do you think you wouldn't walk up to somebody and go, God, you're looking really fat lately?
Yeah.
So why
Of
walk up
course.
to them and say, God, you're losing your hair? You know, it's really rude.
It is really, and I just know when you first phoned me, I think people, like for men, it's very difficult, isn't it, to express.
Yeah.
And we had like a very personal conversation about your journey, which obviously is personal to you and I, because that's fine. But like, it really affected your mental health. It really affected in relationships
It was.
as well,
Do
didn't it?
you know what it did? It really did. I'm glad you said that, because I would have forgotten about that. My relationship with my missus, it was about 20 times a day. I was going, check me out, is it alright? She's going, yeah, it's fine. And she'd sort of comfort me by saying it's a double crown, and then you know
That's
that.
awful.
Yeah.
And it must be really difficult for her, because she loves you. She wants, you know, you to feel good about yourself, but she's probably feeling like, well, I can't.
She feels a bit helpless, doesn't
Yeah,
she?
do you know what I mean?
And then it was just like, and then even when she was pregnant, it was like, it got even worse, because I was thinking,
Well,
do you
it's
want to be a
stress as
bald?
well.
I mean, not against bald people, by the way.
No.
Some people, I don't
Yeah.
think. I don't think I'd suit being bald. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I've always known myself. I've always imagined
Oh, I
myself.
couldn't
that way.
imagine having short hair.
No,
Yeah,
no,
so
we don't want that.
the anxiety kicked in with the going to schoolyard and being, you know, and I was told, oh, am I gonna end up being?
Isn't that mad that you've even like planned out in your head
Yeah.
that like scenarios,
Yeah.
if this carries on, I won't be able to go and take my own daughter to school,
Yeah.
or you know,
That's it.
do this or go there or do that. And
Yeah.
I think that's when like we basically Glower gifted you, didn't they,
absolutely.
3 months worth.
Yeah.
And I've had many pictures off you, haven't I?
Oh, yeah.
And you want to see the journey, and I've just said to them, like, go on, let me, because I have obviously never met you. This has all been through like phone calls and pictures, and I was like, just then, wasn't it? Go on, let me have a look. And oh my God,
that's
from
cool.
that first
Yeah.
picture, and pictures don't do them justice. Even you though yourself. So a woman's flip, you know.
Oh yeah, the
The
difference,
benefits.
it's like unbelievable.
If you'd have showed me my current situation now, say, when did I speak to you initially? About 7 weeks ago, six.
It'll be, where are you in your
I think
pots?
I'm on me. I've just started my second one out of
So
3.
you're literally
Yeah.
about 6 weeks.
Yeah.
So if you'd have
nothing.
shown me a picture of my hair 6 weeks ago and show me what it is now like, I wouldn't have believed you. Honestly,
No.
it is real, and you know, I thank the both of you. You know, you just welcome me with open arms, with no hostility at all.
Oh,
And-
It's
and-
nice to be able to help, to be honest.
Yeah.
I've been to like a hair
You went to a
place.
psychologist,
That's
didn't
the
you?
one, and it was like talking about fake scalps and all that, and then I was thinking, oh, shall I?
You were looking at hair systems as
Yes,
well,
yes,
wasn't
that's
you?
the one, hair
and
systems.
you do not need a hair system. At this stage, you do not need a hair system. One, they would have to shave all your own bio hair off and then put a system on. You have got like turn around and like and head back.
Yeah,
like,
look,
like
it's growth. Look at that.
like,
the
look at
growth.
that. Like
Honestly,
it's
when you watch
really-
this back,
Yeah,
you won't believe
stop.
it. And that's in 6 weeks. You will not believe the growth
No.
there.
Honestly,
and there was nothing there, was there?
Someone took a picture of me. I had a guest on In Demand last week, and he took a picture. Not like I never said like take a picture of me. I was like doing a link, and he took a picture like I'm in the In Demand studio, and at the back of my head, I got the back of my head, and I was like, go on.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
that's
Yeah,
so
I
good.
like that. That's brilliant.
Isn't that like, and that for us as well,
Yeah, that's
doing these
brilliant.
things, you know, we do this in our own time, don't we, every week,
Yeah.
and to get someone feeling like this, the opposite, you know, it obviously, women, obviously it's really sad, but to hear it from a man as well,
Yeah.
I think it's just really beneficial,
Yeah,
isn't it?
Yeah.
And that's like, we want to just like get into as well. I think people don't understand, people talk about wigs, these hair systems and what they're all about, and we want to talk about our microlines, because our microlines is like, what's it like, Claire? Go on,
It's
get it on your
unbelievable.
head.
Here we go, get it on the head. Well, first of all, I want to show you the I know that's got clips on it, and obviously that wouldn't be the case. But look, you can just see how breathable it is, can't you? And it's not like, I want to show you that side, because like you're saying, when you, I don't know if you can see up there, you can actually like see your scalp, your skin through it.
She's very
so
dab
it's
hands
like,
at this
look
now.
at this. Look, you can actually see where my fingers are. So
It's
like,
very much like
it
your colour.
feels, it is like my colour, you see, and it just feels so natural, doesn't
Yeah.
it? And it's just like, you can imagine if you've like, go from having, I just have to put it on my head, go from having nothing
And obviously
to
that
having
looks
that.
like
Yeah.
wiggy at the moment.
Yeah, but that's because it's, but even when I move that back a little bit in with mine,
once that is like
you can integrate
integrated
it
in
with
and
your
like
hair.
blended, like look at that now.
Look,
the difference in that.
in that.
And if your own hair is pulled through that, because that's what we do, it blends seamlessly.
Yeah.
And basically, obviously, you can have it on clips, but you can we have a bonding ring that goes very, very lightly around the edge of this, and then that is just big. We just take small pockets of hair and hook it through, and then we fuse it together. We also have 2 other systems as well. So we have our standard microlines, but we also have this, like, it's like a tongue in a sense. It's called a touloum.
A touloum.
Right? And basically what we can do is, you know, for people who've got like hardly any hair, we shave part of it and we use an adhesive that can be put onto the scalp. Also, if you've got like say 30%, 35% few hairs, we have a thing called a hairline saver, and basically it's like a half moon that we put onto your hair. We pull through bits of your hair, but then we take off the sticky tabs and then we stick the microlines on top of it. So that's another way.
Yeah, so there's different ways,
There's
isn't
different
it?
ways.
And it depends on your hair loss and what it does
Yeah.
and where you're up to with it. Yeah.
And that's what. And then we also have an SBO. So say if you're say like you were finding it was here, and our standard 16 by 14 net didn't fit that, I can do a measurement and we can create that for your hair. And that, like, Hair Dreams, it's an endless possibility.
Yeah.
Because there was one of our partners in Australia's just put one on. I'm going to show you after this. You are going to be like, I want one. Guess what colour it was?
Pink.
They customised it to pink.
Wow, that's exciting.
Baby pink.
Oh, that's nice.
Oh, it was absolutely stunning. Because we do like 10 microlines as a standard, which is just unbelievable. But we do ones as well, which are just for the parting. So literally just along the top of the parting. So you can add, like, we can still have like bonds, or you can have tapes, and you can still add things. Like one of my clients is like an older lady, but she loves a hair here, big box fringe, super thick, and that's how her hair was back in the day. And now she has a microlines and 50 bonds.
Oh.
And I've put all bonds in a fringe, and then we've attached them all to the microlines as well. And she's created that look.
Yeah, everyone can be like
Yeah.
customised, can't they?
And
That's
that's
the good
what's
thing.
really important. But you know, let's just go over it again. Like, it does affect mental health so much, doesn't it?
I also forgot to say, I was using for, say, about 5 or 6 years, up until now, I was using Topper,
Well, they've just done that with Ronnie in Love Island, haven't they?
I'm fuming at him because I was onto that before him.
No, but
You're having the fire.
He was in school when I started.
Do you know what? Just touching on that actually isn't it awful that he's been public pressured into having to talk about his hair because people have gone on that much about it. He's obviously feels very much like you over his hair, and it's got to the point where he's felt he's had to go on TikTok to talk about his hair. It's terrible.
It is. And then fibres, it's a lot of upkeep and very financially expensive as well.
They're not cheap, and in the up until, you know, I initially spoke to you 6 or 7 weeks ago, I was using it.
Since?
No, not once. I have not used it once because I know I'm getting treated. Do you know what I mean?
Tell me, I don't know exactly what they are. What is?
It's. I think I've read up right here when I first started this, like when I was going back to like 10 years ago. I think I've been using it actually longer than 5 years. I've been using it a very long time. And I remember when I was very conscious over, like, you know, oh, am I going bald and this and that. I read up on it, and I think it's like keratin fibres, and I think it magnetises the hair strands and pads it out.
Okay.
So I was using that, but as you say with the upkeep, we've got like an ensuite shower in our house, and it's like high maintenance, so you can imagine, like, it looks
it's like things like, you know, you jump in the pool and your hair goes.
I know. And you know what are microlines? You can jump in the pool,
you can do that,
and it'll still be on your head.
And can you do microlines for men, or is it just for women?
They do them for men. but that is like a whole new like part that they're trying to like. But yeah, you can. But again, with you would having a cut like this, you would have to grow your hair because you still need at least like 3 inches to be able to pull through it. But no, one of our partners in Vienna, Thomas, he does men's microlines.
So when we're seeing you walking around with long blonde
well, the glower sort of helped me avoid anything like that now. So it's like I do feel with the glower, anyone who is going to take it, if you have a healthy diet, I have noticed it does speed up the process. It really does, and loads of fluids and hydration. And it does say on the glower, I think I read, the best time to take the glower is when you're eating. So if you're having your breakfast.
That's right.
So
well done. I know.
I got told off for that the other day.
She really did.
They're in my work bag now, so when I have my dinner, they come in that.
It's great, isn't it? It's just, I'd never, going back to like when I first, noticed everything when that fella said, "Oh, you got a monkey's ass on your head."
Well, he was laughing now, wasn't he? He was laughing now.
If someone had told me 10 years down the line I'd be having a conversation that my hair's just grew back, I wouldn't have believed them. It's growing back.
And that's the thing, with glower, obviously they won't work if you've got no hair on that part of the scalp. You've got to have a follicle that has some form of hair growing out of it. If that's in decline or in trauma, it's got to have, and basically what it does, it hooks the follicle. So basically, say if you obviously have got a deficiency somewhere in your body. And what happens is when you've got a deficiency somewhere, it will then go and attack somewhere that's healthy, which is always your follicles. So what this does is it puts a protected layer around the follicle. So whatever you're deficient in, it's basically bouncing it back. So as soon as you stop taking glower, it'll come back, it'll go back to the way it was again. So I think that's what is really, really important to understand. But no, I am so happy.
It's nice. Do you know what? In a week full of dreadful things, it's nice to have a really nice story.
And I think that's something we need to cover today. In our city this week has been a very difficult time, and like Claire is from Southport and is an advocate for a community on so many levels, aren't you? And you were in mine on Tuesday, getting her hair done, and normally we do like a full-on like photo shoot, but I picked it off the ground.
I didn't even look at it, did I? And I felt really rude when I left because I was like, literally,
she was
I don't know where but it's just I can't even begin to comment about it because there's too much about it. The only thing that matters is being there for the families, those children, and anyone who was involved in it. The emergency services have been amazing. There's a lot of people for and against police or whatever. I cannot fault what they've done in Southport.
At the end of the day, if something is going wrong in your life, who do you call? Who are meant to be there for us? Or the police. So why would attack them over something? I know, but
it just doesn't bear thinking about. But we've got some positive news from Craig. Craig with the hair. Yay!
Thanks very much, ladies.
Bye.